222, the force of review policy, they went over that a little bit, talked about how it goes to internal affairs if misconduct is suspected. So if there's use of force, and then upon the force review, if they suspect misconduct on the police officer's part, that is when the case gets turned over to internal affairs. At that point, the jury came back. The state continued to talk to Officer Pluger. Based on the body cam footage, do you have an opinion when the restraint should have stopped? Yes, he said. When he was no longer resisting is when the restraint should have stopped. On cross-examination, he talked about different circumstances to call the supervisor after use of force. They went over that use of force policy again. Okay, so a little snippet from that policy that they discussed was, it said in the use of force policy, the officer has to render medical assistance as soon as reasonably practical. So those are kind of the operative words there, reasonably practical. And I believe that Eric Hansen is going to use that for sure against them. All right, yeah. He had asked if he had ever been to a scene before where there were angry crowds previously. He had seen this before. He also agreed that if someone is rendered unconscious, but then that they came back, that they can be more volatile and violent and can struggle more. Then they went back more to the force review and talked a lot about that. Eric is really going to get him on that. On redirect, they talked about the critical thinking model of the Minneapolis Police Department, and what that means that they are constantly on scene assessing and reassessing the situation and making moves according to assessments and reassessments. So when they came to a scene, let's say 5 minutes ago, they may have done something, and then in the time period it changed, so then they had to do something else. Okay, critical thinking. The sergeant agreed that if a subject is no longer resisting, then there is no need for further restraint. Then cross-examination again by Mr. Nelson, talked about the critical thinking model again, and saying that there are sometimes other considerations that can affect that, such as traffic, and the sergeant agreed yes. And then on the final redirect, there was a question asked, and before I could get it all written down, the state objected and it was sustained, so I never did finish writing that out. But this was a long day. They talked a lot about the use of force. The last half hour, I was so tired, I was just writing stuff down. It was like I said, it was 1:45 when I finished. So this is the recap of day 4. Now here in a little bit, I'm going to start watching today's. I believe they end early, so that's good. Thank you guys so much for your comments. I'm having fun doing this, even though I am getting no sleep whatsoever. But, you know, it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.